think it's I think it's a really. I mean, who knows? There are other sports, I guess, and as the future unfolds, who knows? But this is really Penn State needs to be a hockey place, and we've been talking about it for many, many years. Until a great gift from the Gulas, it was really a dream, and we had a plan, but it was going to take many, many years, perhaps, to do it. And with the Gulas gift, it made this become a great reality.
Why do you say Penn State needs to be a hockey place?
I just think it's a good place to be. I mean, Penn State is a school in Pennsylvania, is a great hockey area. Pennsylvania is a great hockey area. I mean, I came from Hershey up here, and so we've been around it a lot. And there's a lot of great youth programs, not just Pittsburgh, but Hershey, all over the state. And if you look at it, it just, to me, is a logical extension of our athletic programs to have men's and women's hockey here.
Guy kind of compared this arena to the old Hershey arena. Do you see any type of resemblance?
I see a resemblance. I see a resemblance. Obviously, not standing in this one, and I lived with the Hershey Arena for many years, obviously. And this is much more state of the art. Is a great way to say it. But I think the way the bowl's constructed and the way it looks, with the seats looking directly down and the closeness of everybody to the action, reminds me of the Hershey Arena. That's I hadn't thought about it, but that's a very accurate statement, I think.
Yeah, he's at the student section the way it leans over, so that was kind of part of the plans.
Yes, absolutely.
Dave,
to give a closeness and a sense of really being tied up into the action, I think it really adds a lot for the fans.
Dave, did you have any input? Did you have any input on the
I did not have any input on the planning of the arena. I didn't have any input at that time. I wasn't here, but obviously I'm part of watching how everything unfolds at this point.
And so, what else sticks out about the arena? What's going to make it stand out?
I think the cyber cafe, how modern it looks. Have you guys seen the mock-ups of it? If you're online, I think it just looks like a really pleasant place to be. When I look at those pictures, it makes me feel like it's a happy place, and I'd like to be there. And obviously, public areas are going to be open much during the day. I'm not sure about the hours would be with the cyber cafe and those kind of things. So I think it'll be maybe a little bit like the IST building, where it's not just about the classroom on the ice, as we like to say, but it'll be about drawing the community together in a place that will have a very attractive an ambiance that's very attractive to the sporting area, even from the skate park. Skate park before. I think it's very interesting architectural.
Easy sell as far as being a part of the Big Ten. Announced it was going to go a division. Was that just a given that the Big Ten would have a men's hockey league?
I don't know if it was a given. I wasn't part of those talks at that point in time, but it sure is a logical progression. Getting 6 teams is what you need to do that, and I think that I don't think it would come as a surprise to anybody. As good as the other Big Ten teams are in hockey, obviously, having a Big Ten league in hockey is a great statement, I think.
Do you see the arena having any other things going on? Maybe a high school hockey playoffs, state championships, that kind of stuff?
I think, sure. As we go down the line, we look at all those things, particularly even the utilization of the second sheet where the community rink is, and there'll be lots of programs there for sure, and hopefully expand the existing skating programs here because of the greatness of the facility.
You've come into this, Dave, kind of midway through the transition from club to D1. What are some of the challenges that you've seen in trying to make that jump? Because it's obviously a significant jump for the programs.
Obviously, recruiting, and I'm not directly involved in that, but I've seen the coaches and how they've been active in that, and I think the evaluation of the existing players obviously is part of that, in a sense, recruiting. I think the transition from the Greenberg to this, is one of the things that has to be planned for and done, and obviously this year looks like be planned at the Greenberg, but then they'll graduate to the Gula when it's done in the fall of 2015. So I think just those mechanics of transferring over to those things are a big part of the challenge for the coaches, but they're doing a great job.
What are the other athletic directors that have a Division I program? Have you talked to Wisconsin, Michigan State, Ohio State to kind of get a feeling as to how they deal with stuff?
I haven't talked to them specifically about this. Obviously, we meet all the time, and the administration council can meet not infrequently, and I see them at events. So we talk generally about it's great to have Penn State in the hockey world, and they're very excited about it. And they also see it as a natural extension of Penn State's athletic programs. It's just one that makes a lot of sense. So they're excited about it.
Dave, unrelated question. Departure of Mark Sherburne. Can you talk a little bit more about why he was let go or fired? Or
I can't because it's an HR issue, and so our policies are we don't discuss HR issues. So that's all I can say.
is it at all related to any of the other issues swirling around the university?
That's all I can say. It's an HR issue.
Fired? Is that the proper terminology?
It's an HR issue. I won't comment on it.
We have Mr. Magul here as well.
Are there any other